Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So we have a continuation of our inter-team singles tournament going on. So this is match 2 for me in this particular tournament. So I will be playing Jordan, who is one of the top players on our 4-0 18 plus team. He is a very prolific doubles player and a very good singles player as well. So this will probably be one of my toughest challenges yet. I'd say as tough as the challenge against Mike earlier in the series. That was the first match in the series. So starting off with 2 brutal matchups for me. So let's see how I match up here, and we'll see you at the end.
All right, so we are in the match now. We have Jordan serving in the far court, and that's me returning in blue in the near court. So again, this is part of our inter-team tournament series to see who's the ultimate singles player of those people who signed up for it, which there were 10 people. One person had to drop out, so 9 total. So yeah, Jordan is a very tough opponent for me. He is definitely one of the strongest players on our team. His UTR in singles is just over a 6, I want to say, and his doubles UTR has to be about mid 6.5, if not close to 7. He is a very strong opponent all around. He is very similar game to me in regards to he favors his backhand and he's very aggressive at the net. The thing is, he's much younger and much more athletic than I am, so I'm a fat, slower version of him, as I like to say. So we do kind of match up in regards to that. We just mirror each other. Both of us, our forehand is definitely our weaker shot. My goal coming into this match was to exploit his forehand as much as possible. He has the ability to drill some very nice forehands, but he tends to like to overcook them on occasion and hit the back wall. As we just saw one right there, very nice winner shot from his perspective on a forehand. So in this match, and then you get one into the net. So much like my forehand, it's kind of a mixed game mixed bag of what you're seeing in regards to forehands. So that's the strategy coming into this match. I'm expecting a very decisive victory from him. I know I played Mike earlier, and I would categorize him and Mike as 2 of the strongest players on our team, overall players. Neither of them play that much singles in regards to league play, so that's the one area that might make it more favorable for me, because I've been playing a lot more singles lately. But the match against Mike, I got beat 0-0, so that's not necessarily the case coming into this match. So I'm just basically at this point hoping for the best. We are playing indoors, which does help favor me a little bit in regards to I just feel uncomfortable playing outside, so enjoy playing indoors. So let's see how this plays out, and as usual, I will see you throughout. And with the help of some double faults there, I was able to steal a break from him. At this point, I'm viewing the match as a total victory for me. I just didn't want to get double goose egged. I didn't want that to happen again on the channel. So at this point, I'm just ecstatic at this result and just hoping for the best for the rest. You know, again, I don't expect to win. I'm expecting to pretty much get manhandled in this match. So anything that I can get here from here on out is kind of gravy from my perspective. And shockingly, I was able to fight off several break points to actually hold. So I got a break and I got a hold in this set. So again, feeling pretty good. A lot of these points are going to deuce or, very close. So, keeping it competitive, which is ultimately the goal I have in any match, is try to be competitive in the point. So I'm feeling pretty good in regards to that. Again, we're seeing a decent amount of double faults and forehand errors from Jordan, which is, I haven't seen him play much singles, so I guess that's sort of what I was expecting in regards to at least the forehand errors. The double faults, I didn't necessarily see coming. It's not like he had a ton, but he had more than I was expecting. And me, again, just trying to play that super steady game, try to keep the ball in the court and just keep the point going. That's my ultimate goal, is keep the point going. I'm not going to blow anything past him. He's too young, he's too fast, he has too many good shots. I just need to somehow out-sustain him and hope to get that forehand error out of him. Because I'm rarely going to see a backhand error. His backhand is phenomenal, probably the best backhand on the team. I'd like to say I have a pretty good one, probably in the upper tier of our team, but his takes the cake. All right, despite the fight there, I did get broke, and I lost the first set 6-2. So, feeling actually pretty good about that set. Again, they were pretty competitive. At this point in the match, I was feeling a little bit winded, I believe. I wasn't utterly exhausted, but I was feeling pretty winded at this point in the match. And I was just trying to tell myself, just manage the point, do what you can and recover as much as you can in between to try to at least make the second set somewhat competitive. Because it would be easy for me just to kind of cave in and just get blown out in the second set. Despite the fact I actually did get blown out in that first set, 6-2 is not a good score. But I feel like those were a competitive 6-2. That points were not super easy to come by, or games I should say were not that easy to come by for Jordan. So again, playing that counterpuncher game, try to make Jordan make the error. Let's see how that pans out here in the second set. All right, so much like in that first set, I get a first break in this second set, primarily due to some double faults, so it's not really anything I'm doing, kind of things Jordan is doing to himself, but using this as some motivation again. Didn't get double goose egged, actually got a game in both sets, so feeling pretty happy about that. And now it's just that grinder mentality. Just do whatever I can to keep the point going. And I'm kind of rattling on about that. But all right, we got a good rally going here. Get a forehand error out of Jordan. So that's, again, the key. Notice all my serves are going to his forehand and get another forehand error there. So that's the key. From my perspective, to attack Jordan at singles or doubles, make him hit some forehands and hopefully hope for the best at that point. And that's pretty much all I can do. Oh, and get the kind of rare volley error. So go 2-2 at this point in the set. So feeling pretty phenomenal. Was able to match the score of the first set. So again, anything above here is gravy. And I think at this point, I started to catch my wind back, so didn't feel completely behind in all the points. So it just felt like I was kind of locked into the ball and doing whatever I can to make things uncomfortable for Jordan. And uncomfortable, I mean knowing any ball that he sends back to me is just going to come back and play, and he's going to have to do something with it. All right, got the service hold, and now we're at 3-all. So this is surprisingly turning out to be a very competitive set at this point. I'm pretty shocked at it at this point from my perspective, and getting a lot more errors again than I originally anticipated from Jordan, especially in the second set. I think as I kind of more locked in to being more of a backboard and getting balls in play, that facilitated kind of coming up with more errors from Jordan's perspective. So right there, just got that forehand error. So wasn't doing anything fancy at this point. It's just getting the ball in play as much as I possibly can and hoping for the best. All right, actually getting the break there and going up in the set 5-4 with the perfect opportunity to serve this out and win the second set, shockingly. So we've seen how this works before in the set, especially in the channel where I'm up in a set, especially serving for the set. And let's see what happens next. All right, so it's either Jordan stepped up or I stepped down, but either way, it never fares out well for me on this channel whenever I'm able to serve for the set. I think more often than not, I tend to fold under the pressure there. So 5-all again. Just happy we're still competitive at this point, and really surprised that I'm able to be this deep in the set, especially with how that first set went. All right, and a shockingly easy hold to bring this to 6-all in the second set. All right, so we have a tiebreak to 7, win by 2 here to settle this second set. So let's see how I am able to manage this. And I was able to come back from being down in there and shockingly take a set off of Jordan. This is utterly amazing to me at this point, and I'm in shock that I'm actually in a potential position to make the first biggest upset of this mini tournament we got going on. So we got the tiebreak to 10 here, so let's see how this works out, and I will see you at the end.
Oh man, that was so close. That was almost the biggest win of my tennis career, almost. I've had some pretty big matches. This one, for me at least, I treated it like a very big match. So being able to take him to a third set, didn't, a little close there, but ultimately he handled his business in the third set. But I actually took him to the distance. Unlike that match against Mike where I just completely got wiped out. That really just kind of shows the difference of playing indoors versus outdoors for me. I feel like I have a lot more traction in a match when I play indoors. It just feels better for me. I can't fully explain why. Just outdoors always kind of feels a little unnatural for me playing. So, well, I hope you liked this another exciting singles match on the channel. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next one. Just get out there and play tennis.